And hello there. Welcome into Philly and Fred, where we talk the NFL, give some picks, and today at the end of the episode, we'll discuss a little bit of baseball. But first, we talk mostly NFL, and we're going to start with that Thursday night football game, Eagles Giants. What were your thoughts on this game, Philly?
Yeah, Giants look good. Eagles, the questions we've been talking about, I mean, we're still having questions about them. This defense looks bad right now. I know they're pretty banged up, but I mean, they can't stop a nosebleed. Giants finally getting some, energy, getting Jackson Dart in there. Scatterboo's running over any and everybody. So yeah, Giants. This NFC East division is it's gonna be tough coming down the wire. So looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing that.
the Giants, they got some exciting whites down there. I'm not going to lie. And they look like they have excited this team because the Giants look dead. When Russ was in there, offense, I mean, it at one point looked like the defense was even giving up. Like, our offense is
Yeah.
so bad. We can't do anything. We don't trust our quarterback. As soon as Dart got in there, his ability to use his legs in the passing game and the run game,
Oh
because,
yeah.
I mean, multiple third downs, he scrambled around and made
Experiment.
plays, throwing the ball down the field and running. He had the one play
Mm-hmm.
where I was like, that's a little Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson S right there where
Oh
he
yeah.
scrambled around, ran into his offensive lineman, ran to the right, ran all the way back to the left,
Mm-hmm.
and then got I can't. I think he threw a first down on that. Or no, he ran that one for a first down. But in regards to the Eagles, they got to do something at corner three because they got Cooper DeJean, they got Quinyon Mitchell, Ringo, and Adoree Jackson ain't the answer.
Oh, I think Jackson's gonna get traded by somebody's. The Eagles are gonna release him or something. Like there was that one, I think a Scatterboo touchdown where
Oh,
Jackson
he
just
yeah
he just yeah tried to give him a little elbow. He didn't
yep.
even try to tackle him. It's
They
like
gave him the
no, you
ole.
couldn't do
Yeah, that was
that.
well, and that's he played week one against the
hmm
Cowboys, and they slaw. I mean, he. It seemed like every person who caught the ball on the Cowboys was lined up with him, and
Yeah.
in this game, it was him and Ringo. Like they gotta have a better option because obviously your corner three is not going to be as good as your corner one, but I mean they can't be getting cooked
Oh
all
yeah.
game like that.
Mm-mm.
And also, or going back to the offense for Philly, can they just not? I mean, I think they have one or two injuries, but can they not run block this year?
Dude, that offensive line looks way different. They're not getting those box down as we're accustomed to. There's no, holes really for Saquon. Jalen not having, all the time in the world to throw the ball. So yeah, this team, it just seems like it's constructed different this year. I don't know if it's just because of the injuries or what.
And coaches and players always talk about you win. You got to get off the field on third down, and you got to stay on the field for an offense on third down.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles 1-9, Giants 11-16. I mean, that tells you all you need to know, really.
Yeah, huge
And
difference.
back to Dart too. Does he not just look comfortable back there?
Oh, he does. He got the ore. Him and Scatterboo, they just got ore, man. They
Well,
got
two
that
different
rookie
because
connection.
Scadaboo, his brain. I'm going to be praying for his brain every week because he just lowers that head, no juke, no left, right. I'm
Yeah.
running, lower my head and running straight to you. I love watching him though. I mean, I'll watch him
Yeah.
till the day
Yeah.
he retires.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
he just like he never looks rushed. He never looks rattled. He makes the
Mm-hmm.
right throw. He keeps his eyes downfield when he does scramble, but when he needs to run it, he'll run it. The one thing he does need to do, they talked about it in college. He might have to slide. Did you see his play?
The one where he got injured, or
No.
no?
When he was
I
running out of
probably missed
bounds
it.
and he leapt off his feet head first and put
Oh.
his helmet into the Eagles defender's helmet
Oh no.
for absolutely no reason. Could have just easily went
Oh.
out of bounds for a first down
Mm.
and instead tried to do that. And I was like, maybe slide next time, brother. Yeah. So that was Giants, big thumbs up. Eagles, big thumbs down. Don't
Oh
know. Eagles. This feels like the Eagles year they were 10-1 and they finished the year losing and then getting blown out in the playoffs.
yep. Walked
All
their
right.
way in the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll switch to the Sunday slate now. Broncos versus Jets in London. I do this every week. Who's going to win for the Queen?
Mm.
Broncos minus 6.5, over under 43.5. I'm taking Broncos. Jets stink. They just they look bad. I don't know what else to say about them. Bo Nix finally looked like rookie Bo Nix last week at the end of in the fourth quarter, 9 of 10, 127 yards. Looked like he's the real deal. I think the Broncos are going to be big threat in the AFC, especially with how they're not mediocre, but there's not really a great team in the AFC. I think the Broncos got a chance. Jets stink. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. Broncos firing on all cylinders right now. Very good team. I'd put them in right now in my top five in the league. And yeah, Jets bottom of the barrel. I believe them to beat the Cowboys last week. That was one of the few teams I was very high on last week, and they just disappointed. It's the same stuff every week. But with that being said, I think they might cover this game. I thought the I thought the line would be a few points higher, honestly.
I did too.
And as much as this is an ugly game, but I think Jets can. You've seen them like second half. They choose to put up some points, so I can find this Broncos being up, 14 points late, and then Jets just punching in a late touchdown to cover this number. But I think there's no way that the Broncos lose.
Yep, I like that. And yeah, but hey, Philly, don't feel bad about your statement. Hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You win some, you lose some. I'm not gonna lie. We
Exactly.
we were 0 for 2, and your statement did not look good. There was a couple comments trolling. I said, Philly ain't got much to say about those. He took a shot and he missed.
I miss.
Yeah. On to the 1 o'clock slate. Steelers, Browns, minus 6.5. Steelers, over under 38. What are you thinking here?
I'll land with the Steelers this week. I believe y'all get Jalen Warren back, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, that's what I thought. He'll juice his offense up a little bit. Browns, Gabriel, he did play in London last week, but not a true road game. So I think first game, on the road might have some jitters. This Steelers defense, I might make a bet if it's somewhere to get maybe at least 4 or 5 sacks. Although he's been getting out the ball quick, but yeah, I'll lay the touchdown with the Steelers.
See, I'm going the opposite direction here. I think Browns cover this. I think it's a classic, ugly AFC North
Mm,
Steelers Brown matchup, defensive matchup,
yeah.
and another. I think another Steelers defensive bet I might like. I think a defensive touchdown possibly in this game.
Mm,
I think the
I like
Steelers got
that.
a chance for a pick six or a strip sack fumble in this game.
I like that.
And that looking at that over under, I mean, the Steelers offense is better this year. The Browns offense looked better last week. But with that being said, I think I'm going to under still. With how low it is, I don't care. Steelers, Browns, we love
Mm.
unders against the Browns.
Yeah, they are usually pretty ugly games. Not mad at that.
Yeah. But the Browns, hey, I mean, they got Gabriel looked all right. You got Judkins. They got some things to look forward to. Good defense. Next 1 o'clock game, we'll be covering Chargers, Dolphins. Chargers minus 3.5, over under 43.5. Both teams got to win here. Both teams, a loss would be catastrophic to both of these teams. The Chargers, because they would have been 3-0, and now they're 3-3. And the Chiefs and the Broncos are right behind them. But actually, the Broncos could be winning, could be leading the division after this week. And the Dolphins, I mean, people are coaching and playing for their jobs. I think
Oh yeah.
in Miami.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, the Chargers, they got to run the ball because the
Yeah.
Dolphins are giving up 174 rushing yards a game. That's pitiful. That's so
Oh yeah.
bad.
Yeah. They're up there with us, the Bears. Yeah.
And the thing about the Chargers is last year they ran the crap out of it. Harbaugh's
Mhm.
first year they ran the crap out of it. This year they've thrown it a lot more.
Yeah, I've been surprised about that. I know they, added Keenan Allen, Quincy Johnson's, been pretty big, but I definitely thought they'd be running it more as well.
Well, and they took the rookie Hampton, who's looked good. It's kind of the Ginty
Hmm.
situation where, like, when he's got the ball, he's looked good, but they just really haven't given him the ball.
Yeah, now he's out for a little while. So
Yeah, and I do think this is one of those scenarios though where they want you to bet the Chargers. This game does feel off just because they want you to bet the Chargers because that feels like a low
hmm
number, don't it? 3.5.
I think it seems right. Just what's happened the past few weeks with them, and then Hampton going down. If Hampton was in, I bet this would probably be about 4.5, 5.
Yeah, I can see where you're going there.
Mm.
Any other thoughts on this one?
I mean, I was going back and forth on the spread. I think I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I know the rush defense is pretty bad, but I mean when they play at home, they usually a little bit more fired up. Chargers gotta go cross country again. We saw last time what happened when they played the Giants going cross
Yep,
country.
1 o'clock game too.
Yep, 1 o'clock game. So, I mean, with giving me the three and hook with the way the Chargers have looked, Hampton's gonna be out, so you're relying on Haskins and Vital. I don't know what that's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? They might not get pushed. You know how Hampton would. So I'll take the points with the Dolphins.
All right, and think I'm gonna go Chargers there. Next 1 o'clock slate game: Patriots versus Saints. -3.5 for the Patriots. 45.5 over under. And I'm going Saints here. They've been feisty at home. You look at their home games; they've played well at home this year. Spencer
Hmm.
Rattler. Nobody's looking at his stats. Dude's playing good.
Yeah.
Like I've liked the way they've looked. And plus, Patriots last week, big win in Buffalo. Bunch of Patriots fans think, "Ooh, we own the division now." I think they maybe come back to earth. I'm picking the Saints right now just to cover, but by game time, I might be feeling spicy enough to take the Saints straight money line.
Okay. I'm gonna be on the other side of this. I'm gonna go Pats. I think they found something in that offense. And the last couple weeks, they're 3-1 in their last four games. Drake May, he's looking like one of the best in last year's draft class. Stephon Diggs finally finding his rhythm, solidifying that number one. I believe right now. Saints they've been pretty competitive at home, but I think Patriots they keep it rolling this week and cover that short 3.5 number.
And I mean, the way Diggs is looking this year, he might need to keep that off-season routine of 2C and ladies on a boat if he keeps playing this well.
Yeah, that yeah.
Oh yeah, he needs to keep that yacht off-season routine going. He keeps looking
Uh,
like this. That might be the way to go. Loosen him up a little bit. All right, next game: Rams 7.5 versus the Ravens. What are your thoughts? I don't know. I,
Slamming the
I'm
Rams.
yeah.
I, I'll fade this Ravens team until they show me they can actually finally stop somebody. And Cooper Rush, he just hasn't looked comfortable in this offense like he did. Like at Dallas, we were saying Cooper Rush like maybe the best backup in the whole league, but I don't think he fits right, in this Ravens system. So I think Rams put a big number on the Ravens in this on the road.
Okay, I think I'm also going to go Rams, but I also think this shows me how much not Harbaugh has the. I mean, how much not. I don't want to say how much Harbaugh has lost or has the locker room, but how much these guys want to fight for him because they got embarrassed last week. You
Oh
got
yeah.
embarrassed at home. There's no way as a Ravens team. I don't care how injured you are, how bad you got to show a fight. You can't get embarrassed like that at home 2 weeks in a row. That just can't happen. If you have
Yeah.
that Raven on the side of your helmet, you just cannot get embarrassed. And if they can beat you, but when it looks like you quit and you didn't have no pride wearing that uniform, that's when it shows to me. Like, does Harbaugh still have the locker room? If you get blown out again and then you quit at halftime and you look like you got no fight at halftime again,
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like they're giving up, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like. It looks
yeah,
like.
that's because that's watching that game. I like Harbaugh, but Ravens fans for a couple years now have been like, "Hey, we don't win in the playoffs. We don't know about this guy as a coach." And if he gets blown out 2 times in a row that bad, I know Lamar's not out, or I know Lamar's not out there, and you're injured, but just kind of comes into question how much you have the locker room if your team kind of throws in the towel 2 weeks in a row at home and gets embarrassed 2 weeks in a row at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna point out something real quick that I heard. It was sometime last week that through 5 games, this
Oh
defense
yeah,
has allowed more points than the 2000 Ravens team
yeah,
in through 5 games.
yeah,
I thought that was insane.
yeah. And it's
So,
you say that people are like, oh, they're injured. I don't care how injured you are.
yeah, that's bad.
Giving up more points than a team gave up in a whole season, that just can't. This shouldn't be
Yeah,
allowed
right.
in that many games. All right. Well, going from a 1-4 team to a 4-1 team, Cardinals, Colts. Colts -6.5. Kyler's questionable. I don't know if they've said he's more than likely to play or not. I guess that's technically what questionable is. But Colts are scoring 32 points a game. They got a wagon going here. Top five in turnover differential. Like Colts, I didn't know 2 games in. I was kind of like, oh yeah, okay, we'll see. 2 games in, okay, we'll see how good they do the whole season. I watched them against the Rams, even though they lost, and watched them last week against the Raiders. Hey, they're for real. And Daniel Jones is
Hmm.
a really good player. Kurt, what would you have said if I told you before the season they were number two in points per game and Daniel Jones was third in passing yards?
I might have like cussed you out or something.
I mean, at least called me a fool. The least
Yeah,
you could do is call me a fool, honestly. There.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going Colts. Where you going here in this one?
Yeah, Slam Colts. I don't think Arizona's going to be able to hang, with Indianapolis, for 4 quarters at least. Like you said, Kyler's questionable as well. I I don't know if he's leaning towards playing or not, but I honestly don't care. After last week's loss, you wonder, that did that just like blow out all the air with this Cardinals team or what? Because that was just a sickening loss. Curious to see how they bounce back, but on the road, yeah, I'm gonna land with the Colts this game.
I mean, if you are right in the air's blowing out on this season, do the Cardinals blow it up after this year? Like, what do you? It kind of feels like you're in an in between. You've paid your quarterback a
Hmm.
lot of money, and
Yeah.
he ain't really played like what you're paying him. Your coach, it don't feel like he's made the impact you thought he was, like bringing him in.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like this is they possibly blow it up if things go even further south this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they've made literally no improvement since Kyler's been there, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, that's. I had that thought when they lost. And they were 2-3, and people were talking about that, and I was like, man, they might. This feels like a blow it up year, possibly if they don't get it going at
Hmm.
all. All right, heading into Jacksonville. This one's a weird one, weird spread to me. Seahawks -1.5 versus the Jags. I mean, I like the Jags here, but it feels like it's a trap. Like Seattle looked good last week, but they still lost, and then the Jaguars beat the Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence looked really good. What are you thinking? Like, do you like the Seahawks here, or do you think it's a trap? What are you thinking about this?
Yeah, I actually do like the Seahawks. So Jags opened up as I think 1 point favorite, but you've seen a lot of money come on the Seahawks. There's actually a lot of people on the Seahawks, and I see why. I think uh, they are pretty banged up, which is a little bit concerning. But since Mike McDonald's been in Seattle, they're 9-1 on the road. They've been a better road team than home. Jags people still. I think the Jags can do something this year, but they still have some concerns with that pass defense. I think they can be exploited. Darnold and JSN probably have a big day tomorrow. So yeah, I would lean Seattle money line, and I can see why the number has swung their way.
I get what you're saying there because I do. I said it last week. Like I think the Seahawks are a good team. I think they're a playoff team. But Jags are first in turnover differential this year. and I think they turn the ball or they turn you over. They don't turn it over. Trevor Lawrence is finally at some level started to play to the potential people thought he did. I think it's just this might be a pick that people picked or people have the Seahawks just because they maybe think it's the old Jag still. I think a week like last week proved to me that this might not be the same old Jaguars because they were
Yeah,
down 14-0, came all the way back and beat the Chiefs. I think I'm gonna have to go Jags here in this one.
this should be a. I think this could be like last week with Seattle and Bucks game. I see a shootout. I see nothing other than a shootout. But yeah, I'm wondering if those Jags are turning people over like crazy. It does have a different feel. Uh, but you wonder if those turnovers will they be sustainable? But I guess we'll see.
No, and you got a point there. Like, cause some like fumble recoveries are pretty much you can punch the ball out, but at some point it's luck if it bounces your way or not.
Hmm.
So I get where you're going with that. But also this year they've kind of gave Trevor Lawrence some help in the run game. They're fourth in rush yards this year.
Yeah.
ETN had a breakout year after last year. He was splitting the carries with Tank Bigsby. They didn't know who they were going to keep. And then this year, he started off the year on fire. They're
Hmm.
way up there. And also, Sam Darnold, this offense, I'm also feeling the shootout too because Sam Darnold, week one, it looked like, did they make the wrong decision at quarterback? But he's gotten better and better and better. And I guess he's got more comfortable in the scheme and what he's seeing out there because he's gotten better, better, and better. And then last week, besides that last minute interception, that was a Mona Lisa type performance. I mean, just threading the ball in there all day until, of course, the last interception. So yeah, I think I'm going Jags. You're going Seahawks, and I think I'm gonna go with the over in that game too.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that tonight actually before it moves up maybe.
Next game, Cowboys -3.5 versus the Panthers. I think Cowboys win this, but I think Panthers cover. Just like the Saints, Panthers are 2-0 at home this year. Now on
Hmm.
the road, they've looked horrific and got blown out. But at home, they've played well. And like we've talked about, that Cowboys defense. Ooh, I got something for you. Do you think Dak's top five? And if voting ended today, you think he'd be top five in MVP voting?
Yes, but I'm assuming it's not.
No, this is has something to do with their defense.
Oh, so
He's
yes.
he's throwing for 272 yards a game, and his touchdown to interception ratio is 10-4. Guess what the Cowboys are allowing in
In
yards per
terms
game and touchdown to turnover
total
ratio.
yards per game.
Or no, passing yards per game plus TD to turnover ratio.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas is giving up, say, 310 passing yards a game, and then what touchdown interception ratio per
Ratio,
game
yeah.
too? Uh, 4-1.
Well, you were low or you were a little too high on the yards. They're giving up. So we just said Dak's a top five MVP candidate. The
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are allowing 284 yards a game, and their touchdown to turnover ratio is 12-1. Giving up 12 touchdowns to one interception. That's how bad
Oh,
they're.
towards the whole year. I'm sorry. I'm thinking per game. Okay, dag.
Well, yeah. Per game, which you're almost perfect then about that. Then if you were going per game, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
that's how we think Dak's a top five MVP candidate, and they're giving up a unanimous MVP type year every time they play quarterback.
Gee, so quarterbacks have only thrown one interception against them all year.
Yeah, and 12
Oh,
touchdowns.
Jesus Christ. No,
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's
bad.
definitely a Jesus Christ for sure. What are you thinking here? Where you going?
Was going back and forth on this one as well. And I think I'm gonna lay the short number with the Cowboys. I'm gonna be on the other side.
Okay.
And I mean, I see why you said the Panthers. I mean, they've been great at home, throwing up points. I think this will be another shootout as well. But Cowboys, they looked a little better. I know it's the Jets. I know. Trust me,
Hey, I wasn't saying nothing.
I
I
know
wasn't
it
gonna
was
say
the
nothing.
Jets, but they showed some flashes of good signs last week. Maybe that'll give them some confidence going into this game against the Panthers. But yeah, in this offense, like I said, firing all cylinders. Panthers, they're gonna have to score with with the Cowboys. So and they are capable at home. They are. Uh, but I'll lay the short number with the Cowboys.
All
But
right,
yeah, I can see the Panthers covering or
you're
winning this
going,
game outright.
you're going Cowboys. I'm going Panthers. I like the over. You like the over?
Love it.
Love the over. Also, this is going to be. We talk about Bryce Young looking great, bad. This is going to be one of the games where it's like, hey, he still might be the guy there. So this is one of the be them classic. Next game, yeah, short discussion about this one. Titans Raiders. Uh, I don't even know. I guess give me the. I got no notes. Every other game I typed in, like looked up, I got nothing. Give me Raiders 3.5. I guess. I don't know. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, it's ugly. I don't want to lay points with this Raiders team, but I'm going to Titans coming off that emotional loss that they shouldn't have even won. Uh, Geno Smith, he looks awful. We're just gonna I'm gonna go with you with the Raiders, but I don't love it by any means.
Yeah, I hope the Raiders give Ashton Genty the ball 50 times, and Geno Smith has no opportunities to throw a pick six. Please don't do it. All right, so we we had from that game of two 1-4 teams, two 4-1 teams. 49ers versus Bucks. Bucks getting 3.5 here. Where you going on this one? Where you going in this game?
I want to say Niners. I think. Do you know if Mac Jones is still questionable?
He's questionable, but the last report I saw said he's more than likely to play.
More than likely. So I mean, if I'm getting three of the hook with this Niners team, Mac Jones playing, I think I'm gonna take it. Just for the Bucks look phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but all five of their wins, it came down to the last drive. So they're not blowing teams out. So if you're gonna give me three in the hook with a team that's every single their wins, coming on the last drive, I'll take the extra 3 points. If they win by three, we're still covering that number. So I'll take the Niners.
All right, I'm also going with the Niners here just because I don't even know if they're healthier because both teams are decimated with injuries. Honestly,
Ooh, yeah,
it shows me
about
that these
even.
teams are actually really deep, that they're both
Hmm
4-1 and they have that many injuries. But I'm going 49ers here simply because Bucks don't have Bucky, Evans, or Godwin. Last time I said this, it didn't end well, and Travis trolled me. But give me Ibuka's over, no matter how high it is, please. I'll take it. Because last time I said Derrick Henry and Swiss said, "Ooh, what a call out there." So hopefully I hit this one so I don't get trolled again. But yeah, give me 49ers, Ibuka over. McCaffrey's averaging 133 yards a game. He has 100 more receiving yards than rushing yards this year.
That's insane.
They're
Oh
just,
man.
yeah, everybody else has been hurt, so they're just giving him the ball every time.
hmm
And the one guy who has actually had some injury problems hasn't gotten hurt this year.
Who's that?
McCaffrey.
Oh, McCaffrey. Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm
I'm
saying. Like the
sorry. I
one
thought
guy
that you was
who's,
referring to somebody else.
oh,
My
no, no,
bad.
no. I'm talking about McCaffrey. Yeah,
Yeah.
so both 49ers there.
Yep. Both Niners. Yep.
All right, next game Bengals, Packers. Packers minus 13.5. It would be funny if Joe Flacco beat the Packers twice in the season, not being in their division, but I don't think they do it. I don't. I don't think they cover, and I think you might need to get Joe Flacco a walker after this game because Cowboys defense or Packers defensive line might break his hip. I'm gonna feel for Joe watching him because that offensive line's bad. He's a statue, and the Packers got Micah Parsons and got I think a pretty good defense. I mean, they gave up 40 last time I saw them, but yeah, no, you know what? Give me Bengals plus 13.5. I'm actually going Bengals. You
You
know
know
what?
what?
I don't even know why. You know what? I'm going Bengals. Give me Joe Flacco. They'll cover.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think this is too big of a number like, with this Packers team right now. We saw lost to the Browns. Probably should have lost to the Cowboys. After we was talking about them maybe being Super Bowl contending. Um, after in the NFC after two games. So Bengals, I know haven't looked great. Bringing in a new quarterback that might give him a little bit of juice. He's a vet. Shouldn't take long to be able to find out the playbook, read the playbook. So and Bengals, they actually defense looked a little. I know they gave up 30 plus to the Lions last week. But there was a few times where their defense started off in plus territory and held Lions to either no points or field goals. After Browning threw three picks. I mean, Jamar Chase was second in tackles, leading tackles on
Yep.
Bengals
He now
team.
has more tackles this season than Chris Jones and Michael Parsons. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so this is if you're giving me two touchdowns, I'll take it.
No, and you're right about the 37 points last week because they had a bunch of turnovers and didn't move the ball at all. Like really, that they actually played good to give up 37 points to that offense who's scoring 35 points a game
Hmm.
when your offense kept giving them short fields was actually pretty impressive. So yeah, we're both going Bengals. That's a big number, and big numbers haven't covered this year.
They have
They have
not,
not
especially.
covered this year.
They have not, bro. Literally every week. I don't know who's covered a double digit spread. I think maybe only the Ravens against the Browns. But yeah.
Well, and if you remember right, that game was 10 points in the
Mm-hmm.
fourth quarter until the two defensive touchdowns. So that was close
Yeah.
even in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
All right, last game of the Sunday slate. Lions Chiefs. Chiefs minus 2.5, over under 51.5. Uh I mean, I guess they've played in close games, but I don't know how the Chiefs are favored here. I mean, I guess they're home, but the Lions, ever since week one, have looked awesome. And the Chiefs, they were, I think, do you know the stat about how many wins in one possession games? I think they were 10-0 last year,
Oh, last year, yep.
and
And
they're 0-3 this year. Like
yeah.
that happens when you win that many close games. Like at some
Mm-hmm.
point, the other side of the coin's going to show up, and you're going to lose some. So I think, and like we said earlier, Lions offense is rolling, scoring 35 points a game. Chiefs offenses look better since Worthy's been there, but they still ain't looked awesome. Defense ain't really looked great. I think I'm going Lions to cover and win here. Where you going?
Yeah, I'm on opposite side. I'm going Chiefs and I'm just line reading here. Everybody's, as you said, Lions have been, rolling through since their first loss to the Packers this season. Chiefs haven't been winning close games, but if you look at the Lions, who they played the Bears, the Ravens, who we don't know who their identity is right
Yeah.
now, the Browns, and the Bengals. So although they're rolling, I don't think their schedule's been tough enough to where we can say like, oh, they're the clear cut, one of the top team or like best team. They're still a pretty good team. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is gonna be one of the best defenses. They play all season. Um, and the Chiefs, they haven't been winning close games, but I think they get this one done, at home. So yeah,
Hang on, I did not know. I guess I hadn't thought about how bad the Lions' schedule has been this year. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Yeah, I didn't know how bad that was. But we're gonna play hypotheticals here. If the Chiefs do lose this, are
Mm.
you little how worried? What's the worry meter on the Chiefs here? Fall to 2-4, and then let's say Chargers and Broncos both go to 4-2. Like, what's the worry level here?
I still wouldn't roll the dice just yet because I've still they gave Rasheed Rice back in a couple weeks. They haven't played bad. You could put the argument up that they should have beat the Jags, but I mean they haven't looked really bad and like terrible in any of their games. Close loss to the Eagles, close loss to the Jags. I forget who else they lost to, but um the Chargers in that Brazil game
Brazil.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But 2-4, I think depending on their schedule, I think they can still, make a run at to, get that division title.
Yeah, and I'm also not worried, even if they don't win the division title, because I mean the year they were 10-7, they won the division, but they still had to go into Buffalo and into Baltimore. So I'm not too worried. Like you said, they're getting Rice back, they got Worthy back. They could it's a close game, so it's not like they're getting blown
Hmm.
out. It's not like they're not good. Like they're right there. They just
Yeah.
need a couple bounces to go their way and make a couple more plays. So yeah, even though I'm going with the Lions and I think they do fall to 2-4, I'm I'm not really that worried either. Okay. Last football segment. We were over 2 last week. Let's try to at least go 1 for 1. Who makes the big statement this week?
All right, since we're talking about the Chiefs, I'm gonna go ahead and roll with the Chiefs. Detroit coming into town. I I think they showed, why they're still a dynasty and people shouldn't be, writing the ship off. So that'll be, you said two, correct?
Yeah, we can
Or did
we
you
could
say
do
what?
2.
Oh, my
I
bad.
said I meant like we don't go 0 for 2 like we both went 0 for
over
1
two
last week.
together. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
that'll be my one then, the Chiefs. Yeah.
Well, all right, since you're going them, I'm going to go Lions. That's why when you
All
said
right,
Chiefs,
head
I
to
was like, "Oh,
head.
well, one of us will win this week."
Okay,
I
yeah.
think the Lions go into the I think the Lions go into Kansas City, win, and show that now with the Eagles looking the way they've looked, that the Lions are the top class in the NFC and should be the NFC favorites after this game. I think the run game is going to get going, and then they're going to have the play action pass off that. Golf's going to look good. And I also, not only do the Lions look good, I think on Sunday Night Football, everybody's watching. I think that Jared Goff puts himself up there with Baker Mayfield and possibly Dak in that MVP conversation.
Okay.
Do you have any other football things you want to discuss for the weekend? Any other statements or anything?
I don't think so. Um, y'all take Bears money on Monday though. We're getting our revenge on the Commanders.
Okay, I can see
I
that. I
believe
can
it.
see that. Okay, so that's it for the football section. We're going to because we got a baseball in our thing, so gonna talk the Yankees here. I, as a Yankees fan, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Grissom, you let Grissom walk. Bellinger, I don't know. Yankees fans, they just want to sign the guy that's worth a bunch of money. They want to sign Kyle Tucker. Kurt, do you know what Kyle Tucker's hitting in the postseason for his
This
career?
season?
No, for his
Oh,
career.
career. Mm, 312.
He's hitting 230.
Cal Tucker?
Yeah. So
Really?
that's Yankees fans are like, oh, Belly's terrible. Sign Kyle Tucker. He's just worth more money. Belly hits somewhere around there. People
Yeah.
saying fire Aaron Boone. Hey, dummies. Did Aaron Boone have anything to do with Rondon and Freed getting absolutely shelled? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah, everything. I mean, no matter what happened in that game, you if y'all lost, it's gonna be blamed on Boone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's every year.
Mhm.
And luckily this year you couldn't blame Aaron Judge because he hit 500 and had
Mhm.
7 RBIs and a massive home run. And I mean, you had like 4 good players. You had Judge, Bednar, uh, Schittler, and Devin Williams pitched. He had bad one the last game, but he pitched pretty good. But besides that, uh, I don't even know. It's like the Yankees another year not winning the World Series. You got further. You went to the World Series last year, blew that one in Game 5, and then this year you put that performance. And I'll give the Blue Jays credit though because they played old school baseball. I actually do appreciate the way they play baseball
Yeah.
because they don't strike out. They get on base. They're
Mhm.
aggressive. They make you get them out, and they got a superstar. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's I just had to get my frustration out on the Yankees because it feels like the same thing every year.
Mhm.
Dominguez, he played for half the year. Now he doesn't. He didn't play the other half the year. Then he ends with a double. Yeah, I just
I forgot about
he
him.
yeah. Oh yeah, because they didn't play him. He's 23 years old. They think they made it sound like he was a superstar, and then halfway through the year they don't play him. Play Grissom. Now I think you let Grissom go. You keep Belly for not super cheap, but somewhat cheap. Obviously, Judge. Let Dominguez play the full year, and then Cole comes back, and hopefully do something good. But knowing the Yankees, probably not. It'll probably be the same thing next year, where I'm talking to a screen and I'm angry and I'm frustrated, and it's the 17th year of the Yankees not winning a World Series. So yeah, that's that on the Yankees. I had to get that out, Kurt. Sorry, I
No, you're
apologize.
no, you're good. So who do you think y'all should go after in the offseason?
I mean, I don't know because we went after two guys starting pitching, and they gave up a buttload of runs in the ALCS. And everybody said the Yankees fans want Kyle Tucker, but Belly, like I said, he's a 230 hitter in the playoffs. Belly hit 220 something this year. He's just worth more money.
Right.
I, I guess don't let Volpe. Volpe cannot be the shortstop next year. That's one thing I know for sure. Volpe absolutely cannot be the shortstop. Anybody else, I'll take anybody else. Kurt, I promise you, you go out there, I'll at least accept that.
Matt McClain.
Yeah, you can play shortstop because Volpe's going to he's going to strike out almost every time. I think you could probably
Yeah.
make more contact than him. But oh god, frustrating.
I'll
But
try.
okay, yeah. Hey, Kurt, we'll see if we can get you out there. But yeah, that's my Yankees rant, and that is the episode today. See y'all on Tuesday.